Alright, it's been a while since I did my last devlog, and that's because of, this son of a bitch right here. I actually don't even remember what I had added last time, so I guess we'll just, go over what I think I didn't add last time, like what's new. First off, you can see I have a scoreboard, and it indeed works. If we, press play real fast, drag this over here. I also added healing. It takes 4 seconds before the healing starts. So after you take damage, it starts a timer that counts down from 4 seconds. And then when that timer is up, you start healing again. However, that timer will be reset if you take damage again. But to showcase that the scoreboard works, oh yeah, also people drop weapons and you can pick up their ammo. And I have a little respawn menu, as you can see. And as you can see here, we have kills, deaths, Katie. Why is that on both? Uh-oh. I broke something. Huh. Oh, that's why that was happening. I was on top of those, so that's why my camera's freaking out. Huh. I seem to have broken the scoreboard. To be fair, I did edit a bunch of the code related to that over here when adding assists. So assumedly I fucked that up. So we have the instigator. I'll have to go through that and figure out which part I fucked up, but I definitely fucked something up. It would probably have to be with this killer part. So more likely than not, the actual problem is probably inside of here. So when I added the killer, I think I selected the wrong um player then. So it should be the attacker. Let's also get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. But yeah, so it should be the attacker. The attacker is get controlled pawn, and then that is connected to that one. And then this will be empty by default. So we find, so we check to see if this person is already in here, and then if they are, we remove them, and then we add them back in. Okay. Okay, I have to go through that. I think I know the issue, but I'm not 100% sure, so yeah. Okay. So I already have a solution, actually. Wow, I'm a fucking idiot for not thinking about this sooner. Anyways, um, yeah, I added in a bunch of player stats, as you can see. At the moment, I don't have either of these, or so I don't have headshots, missed shots, or hit shots as an actual thing. Obviously, missed and hit will be your accuracy. The amount of headshots is also very obvious. So when it comes to the projectile, I will be changing the code where over here, when we break the hit result, all I actually have to do is come down here and then the bone name. And yeah. So if the bone name is equal to like head or neck or something like that, then it'll add a headshot and whatnot. And also I need to add in a multiplier based on the location that you hit the player. You know? So, like, I think it will do, like, half damage or something if you hit the limbs. It'll do full damage if it's chest, and then it'll do, like, I don't know, 1.5 or maybe double damage if it's the head. Just something like that. But yeah, so I've done that. As I already went over, I added the scoreboard, which was a process, but the more annoying thing was this mini map, and I'm still not happy with the mini map, so I do plan on changing it. So first off, you can see that the players actually both have the exact same indicator, so I need to figure out how to make it so that the indicator only changes on the client side, so the server doesn't send, like, for instance, if I so all the enemy players on a client screen should appear as a red dot, you know. With that, it would be like I need to make sure that when I change fuck the player indicator on the client side, I need to make sure that the server doesn't update, because that's the issue I've been having, is sometimes when the client updates, it actually updates the server, which is really obnoxious, but fuck it. And also the other thing is, as you can see, it's always active. I do plan on changing it to be a sweep, so, you know, the minimap will update only every so often or something. So yeah, I need to also do that. Which means, so at the moment, the way that I'm doing the minimap is with a scene capture component, and I'm probably going to change that. I think I'm going to have the scene capture yeah, I think I'll have the scene capture component stay. And then, oh no, I have a couple different ideas for the minimap. So yeah, I just need to like figure out which one I'm gonna go with and how to actually implement whichever idea, because while I have an idea of certain implementations, that doesn't actually mean those implementations will work. There's always the chance that my brain thought wrong and then it doesn't fucking work, and then I'm sitting here for 5 hours bug fixing and shit. So yeah, right here is how I set the icon for the minimap, the player indicator. So yeah, I'm probably going to change, if I keep the scene capture component, what I will end up most likely doing is I'm going to change this from render scene primitives to use show list only. So then the only things that will be shown will be the map itself. And I'll have the player indicators appear, and then after a certain amount of time, they disappear, and then after a certain amount of time, they reappear, blah, blah, blah. That's how I would do the sweep in theory. So yeah. God damn, I'm fucking yawning like a bitch all of a sudden for no reason. Okay. Yeah, the assists, I don't know if they work yet, because I only ever test with 2 local clients. So I'll have to do a test at some point with 3 local, or I guess not local, but 3 simulated clients, or 2 simulated clients and then 1 server. So yeah, I have healing, I have a scoreboard, I have I'm working on perks. At the moment, the only perk I have, and I'm not even 100% sure if it's working right now, is right here. So I'm using gameplay tags for the perks. So based on whichever perks you select in your class, it'll add that gameplay tag shit to your character. Oh my god. So yeah, I'll add that gameplay tag to your character, and then for instance with movement, if you have the runner perk, your movement speed will be 1.2 times faster. And that value might change and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm pretty much just going to be doing something like that. For instance, I actually rewrote the take damage code, so I didn't even have this originally. Originally, I just had the projectile set the player's health, but And now I have this here. So when you take damage, the damage source will send a damage type enum, and I will be using this damage type enum to see what type of damage it is. For instance, if you have like, oh my god, a blast shield perk or something like that, then if the damage you take is from an explosion, you'll take less damage. So I would take this damage value and I would divide it if you have that perk and if the damage is of a certain type and whatnot. Oh yeah, I also added a very basic aim assist where all it does is it slows down the player's or it reduces the player's sensitivity by half, and I'm probably gonna change that value to be less. But yeah, only if the player is using a controller will the aim assist actually come into effect. And if you are aiming close-ish to a player, then this capsule trace is how I detect how close your reticle is to a enemy player specifically. It has to be an enemy player, I think. Oh. It doesn't have to be an enemy player, apparently. Huh. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, I'll update that to only be enemy players so that aim assist doesn't slow down when you're looking at teammates. But yeah. Okay. So we have the minimap, we have the scoreboard, um, we have the player stats, we have the beginnings of the perk system, and we have aim assist. Is there anything else that I've added? Like, yeah, I've updated systems and whatnot because, oh yeah, healing as well. I forgot to say that. I mean, I forgot to remember that I said that one. But yeah, I did. So yeah, healing. That might be all now. I think that is everything that I've done. It's been quite a bit of the minimap was easily the hardest thing to implement. Everything else has been pretty simple. But that minimap was just annoying, and now I need to figure out why this one's not working the way that it should. Yeah, I'll figure that out if I can. If I can't, I'll just cry, you know. So yeah. Um I guess that is everything. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.